Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on the afternoon of Thursday, March 19th, 2020. I wanted to do an update of the coronavirus here. Well, it's been almost a week since they implementing all these measures. And to me, your American government is falling down on this job. The first thing it should have done is say, the president should have gone out and said, "My fellow Americans, we were not prepared for this virus. It wasn't even on our radar." And somebody did a study back in October about a pandemic possibility, and we failed miserably on that trial to see how good we would fare. And nobody learned the lesson. Now we're in the real thing. So that's what he should have said. And then saying, we're trying to ramp up, but we're behind the eight ball as far as masks, as far as testing, and as far as any good medication that will combat the virus. Then he should have gone on and said, but we're trying to catch up. But in the meantime, it's going to be a rough road. We're going to have to institute these measures, draconian as they may be, and we have something that it works in our favor, hope. That's the only thing that we got in our arsenal right now. We're fighting a war here, and we're starting as if we were in Korea with the Incheon, and we were down to the Incheon Peninsula, to the Pusan perimeter there. That's how far we've gone back. In order to fight back the enemy, we're going to have to take it and take our lumps and casualties. There's going to be a lot of casualties here. Our hospitals are ill-equipped. Our military was ill-equipped. Our civilian personnel was ill-equipped. Everybody in our government and social structure and you, the American citizens, were ill-equipped to handle this situation. But we must now step forward and do it. One step at a time. Take our lumps. And there's going to be a lot along the way. It's the only way we have to do it. That, Americans, is what the President of the United States should have told you. He didn't have to be rosy like he tries to be every time he gets up there. And you don't have to be bleak. The situation is dire, yes, but you don't need it to be even bleaker coming out and saying how bleak it is. You're just saying, we're involved in a situation that's terrible, and we're behind the eight ball. That's all you need to know. And for you Americans who always want to be the rosy guys, well, it's about time that you learned what your ancestors learned. During the Civil War, how bleak it was. During World War II, when you couldn't do much. You were rationed here. You were prohibited from moving from place to place. Remember that? You were prohibited from congregating together. Remember those rules? Heck, the Japanese were even interned. And that's what you're trying to do here, is intern the people away from the other communities. You try to do that with the Japanese. You didn't do it with the Germans and Italians. But it's the same thing. You're fighting the same type war here. You're trying to make internment camps, which are the best way to go in a war like this. But you should be honest with the American people and say, we got a long way to go, and we're going to take our lumps, and there's going to be casualties. Might be hit close to home to you, or close to home to us. But everybody's going to suffer casualties here. Financial casualties, emotional casualties, governmental casualties, and psychological casualties are going to come out of this. This is your favorite alien and Bubba saying this is what your leaders should tell you. Good day.